The reason why I personally have a problem with brown or black people talking about unity amongst brown and black people is because it's literally impossible for a people, in this particular case, us, Mexican people, brown people, it is impossible for us to come together with black people because we are inherently and culturally racist. Our culture is very anti-black. And it's not our original and true culture. This is post-colonial culture. This is due to the Spaniard colonizers that implemented their caste system into our culture. And therefore, we have been seeing the world with the eyes of our colonizers. And meanwhile, we out here marching with signs that say brown and black unity. The truth is that in our household, we tell our sisters, we tell our daughters not to date y'all, to stay away from y'all. And if we find out well, one of our aunties, one of our sisters, one of our daughters had a kid with one of you, we shame them. We even disown them. We want nothing to do with them. This is a very common thing to happen. So the reality is that we as a people that have been anti-black for a couple of 100 years since colonialism, we can't possibly try to convince black people about brown and black unity. We can't. It's impossible because we're still very anti-black. How can we as an anti-black people convince you about brown and black unity when if you really think about it, it's just the truth and it's clear as day. How can we try to convince you about brown and black unity when the reality is just a surface? It's a surface thing. Meaning, can we convince you to join us in helping us systemically somehow? That's what brown and black unity has always meant between us. As long as we do not confront the anti-blackness in our Mexican culture, we will never be able to have any sort of coalition. Not a true one. It's always going to be surfacey and it's always going to be about using one another. As long as there is internalized racism, colorism comes into play, and anti-blackness comes into play. And ironically, I do these videos and I always talk and address the anti-blackness in our culture. And most of the people that have a problem with the things that I talk about regarding the subject matter are Mexican people. Bro, why are you making us look bad? You see, I'm making us look bad because I'm forcing us to confront the anti-blackness. But then you are a hypocrite going out there and trying to convince black people about coming together with us. You cannot come together with the people that you are anti. You can't. And I actually had a guest come up here one time and started crying here. It was a black dude. He had a child with a Salvadorian woman. He came up here and said, hey, Ricardo, I had a child with a Salvadorian. And I'm trying to figure out, like, no matter how nice I am, no matter how respectful, like, I'm always trying to be, like, very offering to the family. They just don't like me. Like, you as a Latino, what do you think I'm doing wrong? And what can I do to fix this? And I said, you could do nothing. What are you doing wrong? You're black. There's nothing you can do about it. These are a people that have been culturally anti-black. You can do nothing. What is the mistake that you made? It's simple. You had a child and didn't go out of your way to find out what kind of people, what kind of family are you getting involved in. You had a child before you found out what you're getting yourself into. As a matter of fact, I had a friend that I was hanging out with. I was friends with this individual for over 10 years. And where he lived, there was all kinds of people that live in that neighborhood. White tea, brown people. But then across the street from him, those people that lived there, they left. And then a black family moved in there. And when I pulled up to come hang out, he started expressing the frustration. And I said, what's up, man? He's like, man, those N-words over there just moved in. And I said to myself, you got all these white tea people and you're okay with it. You're perfectly fine with these people living here. But as soon as a black person moves in across the street, now you're all stressed out. And I was telling my friend, because the friend of mine that I was talking to, I asked her certain questions and she said that she has a Venezuelan friend that expresses anti-blackness. And I said, I would have been walked away from that friendship a long time ago. And she says, but I know him for such a long time. And that's when I shared with her this. I was like, you know what? I've known this guy for over 10 years. When he expressed that, I started distancing myself like that. I don't care how long I've known you. If you are anti-black, dude, I don't need to be around you. I've experienced a couple of these sort of things from some of my Mexican or Chicano friends. And another experience that I had is that I had a friend who had 3 sisters. and his three sisters all had kids. You know, ironically, with white tea people and with other Mexican people, no problem. But as
Yeah.
soon as one of his sisters that already had two kids with a white tea guy, as soon as she got pregnant by a black dude, this is what he expressed. He said, "Man, I'm fucking pissed." And I'm like, "Why? What's up?" "My sister just got pregnant." And I'm like, "Well, so what? They already got kids. What are you talking about?" He's like, "Bro, she got pregnant by an N-word, bro." And I'm like, "Okay." He said exactly these words, word for word. "I don't want to have black nephews and nieces, bro." Like that straight up. And I was like, "You're okay with having white tea nieces and nephews. But the idea of black nieces and nephews, that just terrifies you. I don't care how long I've known you. If you express something like that, I'm going to distance myself."
Yeah, let me ask you that. You know what worse than racism?
What's up?
Self hate.
Yeah, absolutely. Agree. 100%.
So at the same time, even when I, like I said, meet black people that they love to say the N word, I'm like, dude, you know, you need, no, man, we took the word, it made it powerful. It's an acronym. Dude, I remember reading that in Vibe magazine in the 90s. That's not true. I
Yeah.
said, you really think when you let a Mexican or a white person use the N word, they say it out of love? Do you
Not
really
at all.
think they go home? Oh no, he's cool. Yeah, they make a caricature in their own minds about you. I don't need for you to say that around them either. Why is not? Because they not gonna get the connection, bro.
Yeah.
I said just keep it to yourself and just channel it.
You know what I find very hypocritical from Latinos? Very hypocritical. Me
What's
as a
that?
Mexican,
Yeah.
when I see a lot of Mexicans, especially out here in NorCal where I'm at, a lot of Mexicans, you know, the way they talk, the way they converse and interact with their friends. "What's up, my N word? What's up, my N word? Oh, what's up, my N word? God damn, my sister just got pregnant by a black dude." It's like,
Right.
how you so comfortable using a black American lingo and claim that, "Oh, I don't use it as a racist word, bro. It's about camaraderie." How you
Right.
have camaraderie with the black piece of lingo when you're anti-black?
And on top of that, it's a radio station out there. Every DJ is Hispanic, but they play soulful 70s and 80s and 90s music. 95% of music you're gonna play is black.
Yeah, yeah.
So then you got the ones coming inside of stadiums and also in everyday life got a black jersey on with a black person on.
I was just about to say something. Go ahead. Come on.
Then it's like, wait a minute, but you hate me? How you got a person with, Jerry Rice, Bo Jackson,
Hmm.
but I can't live next to you.
Hmm.
I said, but at the same time they don't get the connection. That's mentally crazy.
Hmm.
So
Absolutely.
stay over there, dude. I don't need for you to love me. I don't like falsified love.
Yep.
But go ahead.
Or it's not love. If you really think about it, it's mockery. How do you
Amen.
wear a jersey with the name or identity of a black athlete? How are
Yeah.
you speaking like a black American, if you will, bear with me, using the vernacular and steal the swag of black Americans? Literally,
True.
everything about you, what you're wearing, everything about you is literally black American. But
True.
at the same time, you're anti-black. You have a problem with your sister or whoever dating a black guy. See, I'm not the
Yes.
type of person that believes that we should force ourselves to date a different race of people to prove that we're not racist. I know that's bullshit, but that's not my point. My
Okay.
point is the fact that you, as a brown person, you don't have a problem with your sister or your daughter dating any race, but when it comes to the black race, now all of a sudden it's a problem. Every other race is perfectly fine, yet your entire swag, your entire vernacular is black American. And I find it sad as a non-black person from the outside looking in. I find it sad when I see black people find it like a compliment that we are speaking like you, dressing like you. It's not a compliment, dude. It's not a compliment at all.
Like I'm from California, I've seen a lot of division between like Hispanic people and Black people. I, for one, think that there should be more unity. I wish there was more unity between us. But I agree that because of the anti-Blackness in your culture, it's kind of not impossible, but it's far from happening right now.
It is impossible as long as we don't confront it collectively. It's impossible for there to be brown and black unity. It's literally impossible if we don't collectively confront the anti-blackness and fix it. Everything else, having kids with each other and chanting brown and black unity, is useless. Literally, our culture is anti-black. Our views are anti-black, very anti-black. And so it's impossible unless we collectively confront and fix it. Until then, we're going to continue having kids with each other and chanting all these things that sound cute and hot, but it's just going to increase the problem because we have all these mixed kids that are brown and black mixed, and one of the side of the family doesn't want them. That's just going to be the cycle that we're going to repeat. We're being repeating it. It's literally the situation with most mixed kids. Is one side of the family doesn't want them and the other maybe. So then the reason why is because people think that having kids with another race that brings solidarity somehow. No, it doesn't. The way that you fix this issue is by confronting the anti-blackness in our particular culture. Now, I as a non-black person, I identify the fact that there's anti-blackness in black people's culture too. But that's not for me to necessarily go into. That's for black people to figure out and solve yourselves. But me as a Mexican person, we have to identify our problems. One of the problems that we have, at least for us, is the fact that a lot of times we want to tell another race of people, look, this is what you do. This is what you do. No, it starts with, look, this is what we do. We need to fix this. And that's why I do the things that I do and talk about the things that I do, because I know that it starts, as they say, at home. It starts at home. We got to talk about the anti-blackness in our Latino community.
I have a lot of Latino guys trying to date me like throughout my life, but I just never gave it a try because of the things that I hear, such as what you were talking about earlier about not being accepted from the family. So
Yep.
I would hear those stories, and it always made me apprehensive to actually dating one because I thought, what if he really likes me or we fall in love and then his family doesn't accept me? So I just never tried it. Unfortunately, often in our community, there's anti blackness and people don't even like themselves. And I see it within the men, unfortunately, a lot. Me personally, like I said, I love black men, but I see that anti blackness where they want to date outside their race because of colorism, because of internalized hate. And that part is disgusting to me. Uh, when I hear a man talk about every woman he's dated was white tea or Hispanic, it makes me think like, did you ever give your own race a chance? If you're dating people based on just the exterior and the skin color and the race, that's where you have to realize, hey, this could be some unconsciously internalized racism that you may not be aware of.
And I think that that's the main highlight here is that a larger percentage of people, brown and black, that date outside of the race, we don't realize that subconsciously we do it out of self-hate. We don't realize this because we don't understand self-hate. We really don't. Collectively, we don't understand self-hate. We don't understand the depth of it. We don't understand just how far it goes in our psyche. And I think the key word here, as he said, subconsciously, we don't know that our reasons for dating outside is because of self-hate. We just aren't aware of the self-hate because it's been normalized for the standard of beauty to be white tea. It's been normalized for the standard of non-beauty is us. It's so normalized and the propaganda is so consistent that we don't realize how much we're affected by the propaganda.
And it's the European beauty standards that are pushed on to everyone that I realized. I thought it was something that, my community was dealing with. I just recently realized how deeply rooted it's in other communities, but I thought it was like a white tea and be okay type of thing. But you guys are dealing with it just as much as we are. And me traveling to different states, different countries, I realized they're having the same problem. For instance, me going to like Florida, I realized the Dominicans and the Colombians, the Cubans, there's like a division there. I see people darker than me speaking fluent Spanish when I go to Dominican Republic and Haiti's perfect example. A lot of them mixed in with one another, but there's still a lot of anti-blackness and colorism. So the person that is lighter, the one with the straighter hair, obviously gets more approval. But unfortunately, the people that are darker, are more kinky, curly hair, are looked at, as less than because of the simple European standards.
a very, very large percentage of Mexicans that you come across, and I hate to say it because I'm Mexican, they will be colorist. A very large. It's going to be a rarity for you to come across a Mexican that is not a colorist, and you will see and you will learn by observing how they treat a darker and then a lighter skinned black person. That's how you'll know. You'll see it with your very own eyes. We're colorist as fuck. And I'm ashamed to say it, but it's just the truth, and we have to be objective and not. I don't want to sit here and speak from a place of emotional bias. I want to be completely honest when I talk about these topics. So, the larger percentage of Mexicans that you will come across are very colorist, and the only rare times they are not is because they went out of the way to educate themselves to not be. But by default, we are colorist. By default, because we are culturally anti-black, anti-indigenous, and we are colorist culturally. Very colorist. We're very affected by the caste system. And therefore, we are very, very much colorist. And you have to find yourself, if you ever want to date a Mexican, you have to find yourself one that you have learned that this individual has gone out of his way to educate himself to not be anti-black and colorist. I promise you, you have to find one of those that have educated themselves. Otherwise, by default, we're colorist.
But as far as like dating out and trying to procreate with other races just so your children can come out lighter, that's definitely a thing with EOK people and Hispanic people. They want to mix sometimes with you guys just so that their kids will come out lighter. I didn't have that issue, but I know that's a thing.
That's a thing. That's a thing. I know. I know. I mean, it happens for us too. A lot of, people that look like me, we literally aim and we are in a way pressured to date Latinas or Mexicans that are lighter complected, that are more Eurocentric featured. Yeah, absolutely. And for the same reason why, as you said, a lot of black people, they have kids with, a different race to have lighter complected kids. I know because we suffer from that too. Absolutely. I'm very aware of this.